Now, there is one special thing about this course which I want to highlight. You got two main options for going through that course, for taking that course. You have the standard approach, which is the approach which I recommend. There you start at lecture 1 in section 1. I guess you already did this, but then you continue going through this course step by step, lecture by lecture. You can skip the ReactJs Refresher module if you don't need it, of course, but if you need to fill some gaps, also go through that course section. And then at the end of this course, you have that next.js summary module, which I mentioned. There I will walk you through all the core features again, will again build a small mini project again, and you will basically get a quick overview of what you learned and of all the core features. That is a great course section to take once you're done with the course, which is why it is at the end of the course, to quickly get a quick overview of the entire core concepts again. And it's also a great module to come back to in the future if you took the course a couple of months ago and you quickly want to go through it again without going through the entire course again, which is of course not that short. And that's the standard approach which I recommend, that you simply go through that course and then take the summary module as a, well, summary module. But you can also take the summary approach, as I'd like to call it. We could also call it the quick start approach, which you can go for if you're in a hurry, if you have limited time, if you want to learn the essence of Next.js as quickly as possible. For this approach, you should skip all the next modules up to this Next.js summary module. Only take the ReactJs Refresher module first if you need it, so take that first and then the Next.js summary module if you need to refresh your ReactJs knowledge. Otherwise, skip that ReactJs Refresher module as well and move forward to the Next.js summary module. With that, you will then learn the essence of Next.js, the core features that make up Next.js in the shortest time possible. You will still get a mini project there, but of course we're not going to dive into Next.js as deeply as we do it in the entire course. This module is built such that you can go through it first without taking the entire course first. It is built such that it works standalone. And it then summarizes the core concepts Next.js has to offer, of course, without diving as deeply into those concepts and into your different configuration options as the rest of this course does. This course section, this summary section, will also not include all the features I cover in this course in general. Will not dive into authentication there or image optimization, for example, simply because it is a summary module, an overview module. This course is as long as it is for a good reason, and therefore the summary module does not replace this course. But if you just want to get a quick overview of Next.js, if you want to quickly dive into it and learn about the core features, and you want to dive deeply into the course later, you can go for this summary approach and go through this summary module first, and then possibly come back to the entire course at a later point of time to go through that as well. Now, as I mentioned, my recommended approach is the left one though. That is the approach with which you will get the most out of this course. That is the approach with which you will really learn Next.js in depth. But if you're in a hurry, you can go for the right approach instead.